Hi, Nicole Pro Sparkle Junkie. Welcome to my um, YouTube station. Have you ever wondered about uh, printable heat transfer vinyl? I'm going to show you a little bit about it today. I am by no means an expert. I have used this product a few different times and find that there is definitely a good use for it. And I've also found that maybe sometimes it's not the best option. So I'm going to get started and kind of show you what led me to using it for this product that I'm making today, and we'll kind of talk about it as we go. I do want you to see my workstation, so I'm going to just turn you down a little bit. Just a minute. Okay. So, if you were with me Wednesday on my Facebook page, I was doing some sublimation. I found these little bags, little zipper bags. They're kind of like little makeup bags that I wanted to have in my shop when I do vendor events. I primarily do most of my vendor events at car shows, particularly maybe Jeep shows, because we are part of the Jeep community. And so I was working with sublimation to try to get these sublimated. And so if you can see, I wasn't really happy with the outcome of this. It came out a little fuzzy. It's kind of hard to read. And I'll show you this one too. It came out a little fuzzy as well, especially down here. This side over here worked real good, but this side just doesn't look as good. I don't really want to try to sell that just because it's not perfect for me, okay? Hi, Jeannie. So I'm glad you're here. So what I did was thought, how can I still get an image on here and use these things that I have designed and put on here? Well, my thought went to the printable heat transfer vinyl. So there's many different brands out there. This one is just one that I happened to get off of Amazon. The brand is Nufun, Nufun. Okay. And it has several pieces in here. I've used a couple. It has several pieces in here. Let me pull one out so you can see what it looks like. So on one side is it's a white piece of vinyl. On the other side is the backing, and they put blue lines on it so you know which side to print on. All right. There's also instructions in here, which if you order some, you should probably find some instructions. You print off on your LaserJet. So I designed these things that I want to use on Canva. And then you run it through your printer, print them, and you come out with, I'll show you what I came out with, something like this. So I've got two different ones on here for two different bags. All right. And then you can cut it to the size you want. And I did that. And I want to show you how this works. So I'm going to get out my cutter, and I'm going to turn on my heat press. Now, I'm using a Cricut heat press. You can also use a larger heat press if you'd like, but it's not necessary for this. You actually could even use your home iron. On the back side here, it does tell us what temperatures to use if you're using a heat press, what temperatures to use if you're using an iron. and you know, the type of pressure, that type of thing. All right, so this particular one says to heat for a heat press to, if you're using a high cotton, so 50 to 100% cotton fabric, that you can go up to 350 degrees. And then if you're using less than 50% cotton, which I'm going to assume these little bags are because they were sublimation ready, and sublimation uses a high percentage of polyester, okay, then you should do it at 275. So I set my iron, or my Cricut press, to 275. Just so you know that to get going. Now I've already measured these, so I know what sizes. I did a couple of them as practice. So I'm going to cut this to the size that I need. Let's see, let's just start off by doing this. It cuts just like normal paper. You don't have to worry about gumming things up because it won't gum up your cutter. So I think it was 3.5, maybe 4. I forget. That was this morning. Yeah, 4 inches. My little Cricut press is ready. And then I did this one at 6.5. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of trimming here to get it to the size I want. Let's just start here. Turn this around. 6.5. That's still too. All right, I'm going to go all the way to the edge here. Turn this around and go to 6.5 here. It's going to have to be just, no, it's not. We can do 6.5. I can get that. Okay. So I've got this the size that I want it to be to fit on my little, put this down here, to get it to fit on my little makeup bag, right? Let's pull one out. Now, what you need to do is flip it over and separate the 2 layers, which shouldn't be very hard to do. It's not like it's sticky on there. It's just, I think probably by static cling, stuck to it. Here's a tip. Don't pull the vinyl off of the backing this way because, hi Marcia, because you risk stretching it. You don't want to stretch it, okay? Pull the backing off of the vinyl. So just lay it down and pull that backing off. And again, it's not sticky, okay? So now you've just got a piece of vinyl that's printed the way you want it to be. I need to get something down to protect my surface here. And I'm going to pre-press this because it wants to curl up a little bit here. So I'm just going to take a second and kind of press that down. They suggest that you do that anyway, just to get any moisture out of the fabric. All right. And then let's open this up. So you can either use a piece of Teflon, or I just got some parchment paper here that I'm using. So either one works. You want to place your printable vinyl right where you want it to be on whatever you're laying it on. And I'm just trying to get it as even as I can here. Okay. And then I'm going to cover it up with my parchment paper. And then 25 seconds is what it says it takes. So, ooh, handmade pizza. All right. So 25 seconds. I'm just going to press it down here and we'll wait 25 seconds. So I did a couple of these this morning. It's working beautifully. And so I'll show you when this gets done and we'll kind of go from there. But I wanted to give you some information because I know there's some people who maybe haven't tried this product, and I have used it a few different times and really got pretty good results. So there's nothing to peel away. There's nothing, it's there. Okay. This is a little bit hot, but see, now we've got that image on there and it's nice and bright, and it is not faded in one area like the sublimation was. It did its job perfectly. Now, I will tell you, here's a little bit of a tip as well. I have used this product on t-shirts. After not a couple, not several, after many washes, you're going to find that this vinyl will fade some, and it will, I don't want to say crack, but it'll get some, what looks like a little bit of cracks in it. So if I can prevent it, I try not to use this on t-shirts, things that are going to get washed over and over and over again. Okay. This little pouch probably won't, make it through the wash a zillion times. So I think it's perfect to use on things like this. So I did a couple others, and I just really like the way that they turned out. I wanted to do a couple more here, and I want to show you what I kind of thought we're going to try. So I showed you the sublimation before, and I didn't like the way it turned out, but I'm wondering if I can still save it by putting this on top. So we're going to try that, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't, but maybe I can, salvage that and not have wasted money, right? So I'm going to cut again. After I'm done with this, I do have one other thing I wanted to do. So we're going to see here. Let's see, 6.5. Let's see if I'm ready to cut that edge. 6.5. Well, I want to cut it here and then take a little bit more off of this edge, maybe. Some of you may be checking this video out because you are interested in how this product works, and maybe that's because you sell merchandise at vendor events, and so I wanted to kind of show you something I came up with a solution for, and was hoping that maybe I could just share it and we could all benefit from the idea. That needs to be just a smidge smaller. I'm gonna go back to there. All right. I thought this might work because it's the same pattern, so I'm hoping that it won't be too distracting, that it's not, the same type of product on there. But if it is, no big loss. Let's peel this back. Again, I'm peeling the backing off of the vinyl, not the vinyl from the backing. All right. it's going to cover pretty much all of it, except for a real thin line down here at the bottom, which is not, I ain't mad at that at all, okay? Let's just cut this in here. I'm going to put this on top now, and we're going to go another 25 seconds. All right, clean up a little bit while we're waiting. So if you enjoy watching little tutorials like this, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. Our group, Take 5, has like a YouTube hop every other Friday. Hang on just a second. Trying to decide. I think it's just, it looks like it didn't, but it did adhere pretty well. Okay, so now I've reclaimed that one. Okay. There is a little bit of the sublimation that printed down there at the bottom. You can kind of see, but it doesn't bother me a whole lot. It's still the same like animal print, so I think it looks okay. So we'll be able to sell that one after all. What do you know? Okay. Take 5 is a group that we are really active on Facebook, but you can find us here every other Friday, and my friends' links are in my description, so feel free to reach out to them and watch their lives from today as well. Let's see, what have I got? I've got one more that I want to use because when I was looking at this one, you want to look after you get it out of the printer. I have some, if you can see, there's like a black little line through there, and then a black little line over here. And I really don't want that. It'll show up obviously on my little bag, so I'm gonna have to reprint for this one. But we're gonna do this one here. And I think, where's the other bag? I was thinking I had another one that I thought I could maybe salvage. Yeah, this one here. But that's the one I'm going to have to reprint. So no big deal. We'll do one more. And then we'll get to another little project that I wanted to share with you. I am so ready for the weekend. It's felt like a long week to me. I don't know why. Because now this week wasn't a holiday, was it? No. Maybe it's because I've had a couple of holiday weeks, and then I went back to work, and it just felt like forever this week. I had to work 5 whole days, you guys. 5 whole days. All right. Let's see where we need to. Let's just cut this here at the top. Now, here's another thing you can do. Just, I did not do that on this one, but FYI, you can get this in your, you can print this from Cricut, the Cricut Design Space, and you could actually have it cut, you know, around your design. These really, I didn't want to do it that way, but there is a way, you know, the print and cut with Cricut Design, that you could do that. So keep that in mind. That would be more for, let me show you this. This is a t-shirt that I made for a it was for my granddaughter, but the print didn't come out very good. So see that? So what I could do is, and this one's printed through Cricut, the Cricut Design Space. And what I could have it do, and what I did have it do, I think in the end, is cut the letters out individually. And you know, the little characters there. And so then you would have the individual letters, not a square like I'm doing today. So there's a lot you can do with it. But again, I personally prefer not to really use it on t-shirts unless I have to. In that instance, I kind of had to, just because of the design that I wanted on the shirt. And that kid's going to grow out of that shirt faster than it's going to get old and worn anyway. Now, if you like the old worn look, it's perfect. It'll eventually get there. Sometimes it's really hard to get my fingers on this. There we go. Because my nails. I was trying to get a bracelet on. I'd have somebody help me with that. All right, one more here. Let's give this a quick little press. I'm going to unzip it. I think it works better that way. I don't know. Could just be me. I just felt like it worked a little better that way. Just give this a little press. I don't think there's any moisture in there, but you never know. Okay. I don't think I could have laid that down really any better. All right. "25 seconds. So the next thing that I want to show you is, like I said, if you are a vendor, if you go to vendor events, you know that you need to display your items in a way that makes them attractive, makes people take notice of it. And so one of the things that I recently added, besides these bags, is some bracelets. So I also made these on my Facebook page the other day. And so I've got these little bracelets that are so cute. Yep, I know. Here. So, yep, got little Jeeps on them. This one says, "My Jeep makes me happy, you not so much." So I've got these bracelets and I'm like, okay, I can't just throw them on the table. I really need to display them in some way. So I thought, why not make something to display these on? You could go to probably Joann Fabrics. You could go to Hobby Lobby. They have the little jewelry display things, and that's fine. I don't think they're all that expensive, but I'm thinking I'm going to use what I got, right? So here's what I did. I pulled out some fabric here. I pulled out a piece of fabric. Now, I wanted a light piece of fabric, and I wanted something that would be kind of neutral, because my bracelets have really pretty color in them, and I want that to pop. I didn't want it to be too awful busy. So you can see these bracelets on here. I know you're kind of a little bit far away, but you can see the bracelets well, okay? And so I felt like this fabric worked well. It's cute, but not too overwhelming. I'm just gonna try to get some of the wrinkles out. I really should have put something down on that, but I think we'll be okay. All right. And I want to make like a cylindrical, like a tube type thing. Let me tell you a funny story while I'm doing this. I'm just going to fold this over. I'm going to cut it off. So I've got this box. It's just a primitive looking wooden box that I got at a yard sale. And I kind of want it to be the length of that, but I'm going to add a little bit. Okay. So what was I saying? Oh, my funny story. Here it is. It's really not funny. It's kind of bothersome. Here's the deal. You know, if you're a crafter, that you keep things. You keep things that you think, okay, that's really trash, but I feel like I can make something out of that someday. And so I'm going to keep it around, right? I'm going to keep it around. And you keep it around for months or maybe even years. And then you think you're clearing some space out and you think, I'm tired of this being around. I'm just going to go ahead and throw it away. I haven't used it so far. Probably won't. Blah, blah, blah. You're lying to yourself, first of all, because you're going to want that eventually. I promise you. Here's what happened to me this week. Probably within the last month or two. I had a really nice heavy piece of like a cardboard tube. Real nice heavy cardboard, real good thickness. And so I was clearing things out and I thought, I don't need this. And I went ahead and threw it away. Guess what I needed last night? Last night, I was thinking, if I could find that cardboard tube that I had, I could have used it for my bracelet display. So, the lesson here is, if you think you're going to use it, don't throw it away. Okay? I'm just saying. All right, so now you could sew this with a sewing machine. I'm trying to take the lazy way out. I used my glue gun. I glued the right side to the right side. And now I'm going to go down here and do the same thing. Down here on the end. Right sides together. Okay. Those of you who do a little sewing might know where I'm going with this. Now we're going to turn it inside out. Doing our best not to rip those seams. And we've got just like a little baggy sock type thing, right? I want to go here in the corners and kind of knock those out a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to take some fiberfill, stuffing if you will, and we're going to stuff this. Okay. Now be mindful of how big your bracelets are. Are they adjustable? Are they a metal cuff bracelet? You don't want to make this so big that it's not going to work right. Mine are adjustable. Lord, get my hand down in there. Okay, maybe I have to turn it. So mine are adjustable, and they can be made a little bigger, made a little smaller. And my idea is just to put them on here. See, I'm at the point where I probably need to stop the stuffing on this end at least. And here we go, trying to get that. Oh, come on. Okay. And so there, I've got, it's kind of like a little bracelet pillow, right? Now, my thought was about putting this down in here. I guess I still could do that. Maybe I need to pop it up a little bit just so that it's a little more visible. You don't need any more excuses. Listen, I don't need any more excuses to hoard either, but I'm really upset that I could have used that. In the end, this might end up being a little more upscale anyway. Who knows? But I was real disappointed in myself. Real disappointed in myself. Okay, so I'm going to get this last little bit in here. And then I'm going to, you guys can't see very well, sorry. Okay, I'm going to turn this edge in. See how I did that? Turn that edge in. So I've got a good seam there. And then we're going to glue that seam closed. Now that one tried to turn around on me, so I'm just going to play with it a little bit there. Okay. I'm all about using my fabric scraps when I can. So I didn't go out and buy this. This is something that I had on hand. Okay. So there I've just got this little pillow, right? And my thought was, let me put another bracelet or so on there so you can kind of get the idea of what how I plan to have it look. The big issue is me getting it on here because of my nails. Oh, my nails. Makes it so hard to do tiny little things like this. Okay, one more try here. One more try. There we go. Okay, so this is my idea. Put my bracelets all up on here and then just put it in here. I could have it like at an angle or have it laying down flat. I think I'd rather it be, you know, up a little bit more so that they're a little more visible. So maybe I take some more stuffing, put that down in there. And like I said, you wouldn't necessarily even need this little box because just that sitting on the table is kind of cute. But that's what I wanted to do. That's kind of what I was going for right there. Now I've got a place I can set it up. Well, maybe. I didn't even think about that. I can set it up so it doesn't take up a whole lot of space on my table. Or I can have it laying down. If I'm going to set it up, probably don't want this much stuffing. And that would be preferable to me because space is very important. And then I could also put a sign up here that says, you know, how much they are or whatever. So there you go. That's my plan for what I'm going to do, how I'm going to market these bracelets, okay? So take my idea if you want to. I think that is what it's all about, is sharing some ideas with each other on how we're doing things. And listen, that, I don't know, I may have paid a couple bucks for the box. So that's a heck of a lot cheaper than buying those fancy ones. And I kind of like this look. It's a little bit rustic, a little bit country. And put a little glitter on there, that'd be more me. But but you get the idea. All right. And then, you know, we made our little bags with the printable HTV. And I encourage you to try that if you are, you know, doing a project like this, or just need a quick t-shirt that, you know, probably isn't going to be washed a zillion times and worn over and over. Like for kids, like I said, because my grandchild will grow out of that t-shirt before it ever goes and gets, you know, old looking. There's a fly in here driving me nuts. All right. So that's all I really wanted to show you tonight. I hope you learned something. I hope I've inspired you. And it's Friday, so you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And take 5 for yourself a little bit this weekend. Kick back, get yourself your favorite beverage, okay? And just enjoy the weekend. All right. Have a good one. I hope to see you again soon. Bye.